Okay, it's day 2, and I have to tell you, every one of these fasts will be different. Some of these things I've been up all day, some of these things I've been sleeping all day, some of these things have been back and forth. This time I'm really beat. Makes me want to lay down all the time, thinking it could be a fact that maybe the fast take care of specific low-hanging fruit, and as it gets to the deeper fruit, it needs you to lay down to fix that stuff. Don't know, just a theory. Anyway, so today I'm a little tired, but as you can see, totally animated. And lots of energy still, but every now and then I get a little fatigued, so I just go down and take a nap or lay down. Sounds fine. And this is the day when things start really flipping over. I started going into ketosis last night, not deep ketosis, but it's starting, which means I've just about used up all my glycogen everywhere. And now I'm tapping fat cells. And the blood is starting to become concentrated because of the solids building up from not drinking any water. And the hypothalamus is telling my pituitary to, hey, you better stop this water loss through peeing. So I'm going to tell the pituitary or the adrenal gland, adrenal medulla on the kidney to stop, this antidiuretic hormone. And magic happens, because what happens is the adrenal medulla releases epinephrine. Epinephrine goes into the bloodstream. It starts cleaving fat cells. It starts hitting the lipase on the door of the fat cell and opens it right up, and it starts going in there and cleaving these triglycerides back into glycerol and free fatty acids, which you'll need, because that's why you keep peeing for a quart every day for the next 6 days, and why you're not hungry, because you're tapping your fat cells. This doesn't happen with water fasting. Water fasting causes all kinds of problems and leaky gut. I'll go into that in the book, but for the most part, the only type of fasting that seems to sort of have a benefit is CR, but CR over time destroys your ability to make particular immune cells. It's really not the way to go. Whereas dry fasting ameliorates all these pathologies, and zip, everything's done. Everything's taken care of in a simple fast by not drinking. That's the component part that was never included in all these fasting ideas. Intermittent fasting, intermittent feeding, all that kind of stuff during the time when you're eating and feeding, sure, that's a great idea. The accumulation of products and byproducts and metabolic issues start accumulating over time. The sleep can't fix. That's why we're here, because every 6 months or so, at my age, which is 69, it's good to clean out all the garbage and keep cleaning out any garbage that accumulates, because every day you stay alive while you're eating, you're accumulating this garbage, and at night you can't get rid of it, so you got to dry fast. All these other fasting, they have benefits, I suppose, maybe some weight loss, but there's some problems with the type of fasting. This has no problems. The only problem this one has, and everybody will attest to it, it gets freaking boring. I mean, you can't do anything. You're not eating. You get tired. You take a nap. You try to start a project. You get in the middle of it and just say, forget it. It's just because your body's saying, remember, this is a therapy. This is like being in a hospital bed under medical care with all the beep, beep, bing, bing things on and so forth, and all tied up with IVs. Instead of doing that, you just hang out at the house. But it is a therapy, and it is serious. You don't want to drive cars. You don't want to exercise too heavily. You don't want to lift heavy weights. I mean, it's a therapy. This therapy is being applied in a specific way with the Phoenix Protocol idea of life extension, and that is to extend life by being in a younger body. If you can get rid of all the methylation and the senescent cells and all the metabolic byproducts and all this stuff and return your body to a metabolism, a metabolic profile of like a teenager, a 20-year-old, you're too young to die from old age. That's why we do this. So anyway, and that's why we go through being tired and bored. It's a lot better than being in a hospital. So anyway, this is the second day. Second day is the day when things kind of are in transition. By the end of the day, I'm sure I'll have energy again, because I'll be cranking on ketones, because the free fatty acids going to the liver to make ketones, and all this stuff happens. It's wonderful. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to day 3, because that's the day I get some energy back. But this day, the first day is just getting through not eating. You're getting through a system where your body is used to having a certain amount of food come in and processing through the fat cells, because the fat cells in your eating and the fat cells are constantly pumping out, glycerol and stuff and fatty acids for the body all the time. But when you stop that, the body has to readjust its energy balance and how it's making energy, and that's what you're dealing with. Any hunger pangs? It's just that you're used to eating that time of day. Any thirst? Oh wait, there is none. That means it's working. If you're not drinking and you're not thirsty, then that means you're starting to tap these other cells. the fat cells. So this is great. Everything's normal. You'll find on the second day you're just a little tired in transition. By the third day, it'll all crank around again. Anyway, so that's the end of the second day video, and I will see you tomorrow.